start rolling in, and I just want to make sure that you can hear me. If you see the chat box, please feel free to let me know if you can hear me, and I'm just going to write that, can you hear me? Right, and I'm just putting that in the chat box and see, and make sure that you can hear me, and in a little while, I'll also be sharing my camera. But I just want to make sure you all getting in here and everything is good. We have I can hear you, yay! Yay, thank you so much. And this is the first time I've used this software. It's a part of my software stuff, and I'm excited to be using this new software with you. And I'm going to show my face really quickly. So let's see, camera on. Camera on, hello. I just want to let you know I'm coming over a cold, and I feel great, but I sound congested. I have a little bit of a cough still, so if you notice at any time during this webinar that I get silent or I take off the camera, it's because I am coughing or blowing my nose, and you don't need to hear it or see it, right? But overall, I do feel really, really good. I also have my tea here, and I'm super excited that that we're all here. Okay, so I see a few people. I see you, yay! I hope the lighting is good. So how is it on your screen? Because on my screen it's totally different. So my screen, you know, it has my photo, the chat box, and the slideshow thing that I'm going to be showing you. Hey Anna, welcome Anna. So we have Anna, Alex, Catherine in the room. Whoop, whoop. Shay needs help logging in from her phone. Okay. Kim, if you don't mind sending Shay the message that she, oh, hey, Stacy, if you can send her the message, she may need to download the Get Response webinar. It's a free download on the iPhone, the iStore. What is it called? Apple Store. Right? So, you can go check that out. So we have Stacy. Hey, Melissa, you look fabulous. I am in a dark room now. Can I get some light? I see my face. Okay. Woo, Stacy, thank you so much. Kim, thank you for doing that and letting Shay know. And just keep me posted as far as if she can see it. So thank you for being here. This webinar is hosted by Miracles Within Us. And I, Melissa Miranda, am your host for today, and I'm super excited to be sharing with you that this is the first Angel Masterclass, and I want to thank you and congratulating you for being here on time and being here and spending your evening with me and the Archangels. And every month we're going to be talking about a different topic. So every second Thursday of the month, I'm going to be hosting these free Angel Masterclasses on this platform like this. So you can sign up for them on my website at miracleswithinus.com, and there's only a limited amount of space per class. So I could only have, I think, about 100 people, give or take. So we want, if you want to get in, you want to register as soon as possible, because I have a big feeling that over time, these classes are going to get full, and it's first come, first serve. So I'm super excited. And today we're going to be working with the top 10 archangels. And I've talked about the top 10 archangels in several videos and several things that I've done over time. And today I'm going to be sharing with you how to work with them a little bit deeper. Okay, so for a moment now, I'm just going to check, make sure that everyone's questions are being answered, and we're about to start the webinar. Now, if any questions arise during this beautiful masterclass, I will ask you to save your questions, and we're going to have a Q&A at the end where I'm going to open the mic to whomever needs an answering question. So if any questions come up, please write them down If you write them in the chat, I might miss them if you start now writing them. But if you write them in, it's fine. I could check it out later. But I would love to answer your questions about the angels and archangels. So I'm excited. So I'm going to make sure everything is working great. I know Kim, thank you for being such a support. Oh my God, thank you so much. And getting Shay in. Hola, hola, Shay. Welcome, you are in. I'm excited. Okay, great. So on your screen, I need your feedback. On your screen, can you also see my slides? So I have slides and I have like my camera on the side. So Kim says yes. Okay, great. So I want to just make sure that you see the slides. So Catherine says yes, yes. Okay, woo! I'm super excited for this. And I'll be using that word throughout this whole webinar because that's how I feel. Awesome. So what I would like us to do is, excuse me for all my coming back and forth with, I just wanted, someone is messaging me, so hold on, I'm getting a private message here. I just want everyone to be able to get in before I get started. So I would suggest, I have a candle here that I'm about to light up. If you want to do the candle lighting with me and calling in the angels, I suggest you go get that, and you might not want a notebook or something to write on. So go ahead, I'm going to give you a few moments to do that, and I'm also going to answer this message that I got as well. So let's see. Okie dokie, hopefully that works. Hopefully you got your pen and paper. I got my candle. So today I have a white candle. A nice, long, beautiful white candle. Okay, and I'm a candle person, so when I do a lot of my spiritual work, it usually involves some form of fire and candles. So it's like sage, which has like the fire and the smoke element, or it has candles. And I use aromatherapy as well. But most of the time, it really is candles. So, so let's see what... Let's take in a few deep breaths in and out, okay? So taking a deep breath in and out. Beautiful. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the angels, the archangels, the top 10 archangels, you know who you are, you know who we're going to be working with you today. We ask that you come forward. And as we light this candle, we give you permission to be here. Okay, so now we have our beautiful flame, and excuse me, for me, I like to use symbols when connecting with the angels and spirit guides, right? And this is just letting them know, this is my symbol to them, that it's okay and it's safe, and I give them permission to come forward. Okay, so I'm just going to put the candle to the side. No, can you see it? Oh, no, you can't. Let me see. Let me get you. Let's get you a little bit. Ta-da! Okay, great. So I have one more person trying to get in. I just want to make sure. Okay. So here we go. Beautiful. So we have our candle. The angels are now here. Thank you, angels. So now what I would like us to do... Ooh, Adela, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you got in. Yay. So right now, I'm going to bring our full attention to the slides. I'm going to take my video off just for a moment because I want you to fully focus on the slides. So here we go. Miracles Within Us welcomes you. I am your host, Melissa Miranda, and today we'll be working with the top 10 archangels. In today's webinar, what you will be learning is the top 10 archangels. You may or may not know what they are, and they vary based on who you speak to. These are the top 10 angels that I most connect with, that I learned first, and really work with so many different areas of our life. And we're going to also be learning how to work with each of them, which I'm excited. There's a uniqueness to each angel, and I want to share that with you, and how you can connect with them and create your own rhythm, you know, your own little salsita with them, you know what I mean? Right, and also we'll be knowing which ones to work with in different situations. You know, one of the biggest things I remember when I first started connecting with archangels was like, which archangel do I go to for this? You know, or which archangel do I go for, you know, mental healing or physical challenges, or like communication? How do I improve my channeling? Right? So these are common questions that I would totally get with myself, and that I see also with people who I work with. So we are going to be discussing that today as well. Okay, wonderful. And today we're also going to be, you know, really learning what are archangels and angels, right? Like, what's the difference between archangels and angels, and different types of when it comes to the angels and archangels, right? This is just titles that we are accustomed to. And what I mean is that there isn't like a hierarchy in angels and in light beings. They just have responsibilities. Some are better than others based on what they naturally possess within themselves, right? Their personality, their identity. Okay, but it doesn't mean that there's a hierarchy, like as far as like this one's the other, right? So ends have shared with me is your sound is going in and out, Alex says. Okay. Yeah, this is the only headpiece I have right now. Alex, is it better now? I could take off the headpiece, but I know the sound on my computer kind of sucks. So just let me know. And so with the two, with archangels and angels, it's really just a based on our own ways, right? Our own abilities and things along those lines. Okay, to understanding them. They created this sense of like hierarchy as far as things. This excuse me. This is all for us, for our understanding. Okay, so we have here, your screen is freezing up and the sound is going in and out. Okay, so I'm going to see what is going on. I'm going to how about hear me now? Let's see. Can you hear me now? If you can't hear me, there's no presentation. Yeah, you know. Can you? We have no. Okay, hold on. All right, I can't hear you. So Kim says I can hear you. I took off my headpiece, okay, and now I'm using the audio from the computer. Is that better? I can hear you, says Stacy. Kim says I can hear you. Is it better? Yes, yes. So everyone's saying it's better now. Okay, great. I know This really sucks. I'm going to get myself a better, it seems better, no visual though. Okay, my connection is strong. I'll log out and come back in. Okay, great. So I don't know if like having my video will slow it down or not. Okay. So, okay, great. So, video is back. Okay, great. So, going back to angels and archangels and why there's this sense of like archangels are better than angels or more powerful, they could do more. It's not necessarily true. It's just a label that is to help us distinguish between what energy we're actually connecting, because they all have a uniqueness and they're just like this beautiful ball of light. And that's basically what beings of light are, and archangels and angels are one of the many light beings that they are. Okay, so let's see. What's important to understand about beings of light, right? All beings of light and archangels and angels specifically, is that they themselves, their mission here, is to support us humans. And what this looks like is to supporting us to remember who we are, which we are of pure light. And even though in human form, we can make a lot of mistakes, right? And we could do a lot of really crazy, messed up things. And you could see that in the news, You'll see people hurting each other in so many different ways and hurting themselves, but does it make of the light? It's just they're having an experience. And I know that's hard to really understand, but this being on Earth almost is like doesn't count. It's a trial run on how it is to actually just experience a physical body and have limitations, because as a light being, we're so used to having things. We're so used to having whatever we want. It's dispensable to us, and there's no need to hurt and harm. And we're so full all the time that there's no need to think of or want to ever do anything that's harmful, because we're always so full. And what I mean by full is like so happy, so joyful. So what angels have dedicated themselves is to walk hand in hand with us humans in helping us stay connected to our pure light. Okay, so this is what they do. And one of the things that is very important that I want to highly, highly share with you is that beings of light, they ask of nothing in return. And based on different rituals and different spiritual practices, everyone has their own system. And I'm not saying anything is right or wrong. What I'm saying is beings of light, like the angels and archangels, they do not ask for you to do them favors, to do them gifts, or to sacrifice something. That isn't their flow. They also don't tell you what to do. So basically, the way that they work is they are just a pure support system. Okay, so they're literally here supporting us, and they do not get exhausted from this. Like, we could get exhausted from constantly being there for someone, right? Especially when we're like, okay, I'm giving you the water, drink it. You could lead a horse to the pond to drink water, but you can't make it drink, right? And a lot of times we'll give up at that moment, but angels don't. They just stay there and they wait, and they give you courage, and they give you motivation, and they help you. And as soon as you say, please, I give you permission, step into my life, they'll go ahead and they help you with that. Okay? All right. So I want to make that, hopefully that was understand. If you have any questions about angels, archangels, or anything like that, or you want to share something with the group, please write it down so we can discuss it at the end of the Q&A. I'm so excited for Q&A. I learned so much during Q&A. So here is a question for you. Why do you want to learn how to work with the archangels? Okay, this is my question to you, and go ahead, submit your question, submit your answers in the chat box. Right, I want this to see where does everyone go with this, Everyone has different reasons. you know, and like my reason with connecting with archangels was and angels, you know, was basically just to try to figure out my own life, you know, and I guess you could say I was in a place of desperation and of I was scared and didn't know where to go and where to turn to, and I also couldn't believe that this is what life had to offer. This is it. This is all that life has to offer. What? This can't be. You know, and I asked those questions, all those why, and that led me to open up to even the possibility of just hearing and connecting and just believing that there were these beings of light around us. And they're here to really just love us, like just love on us. Right? So Alex, thank you for writing. So Alex goes, to get a deeper understanding of who I am spiritually and why my life seems full of a lot of pain and suffering. A struggle, sorry. Yeah, you know, thank you for sharing that, Alex. That was a place I was in for a while. You know, it was a really, really scary place for me. And we have, I believe this is Adela. I know it says Melissa Miranda, but that's because I shared my link with you. I have a few experience working with archangels. That was fabulous. Yes, I want to learn more. It's so hard to see here. They're like super tiny, right? Like these words are super tiny, at least on my screen. So I'm like, sorry if I read your stuff wrong. I also feel very connected and want to grow more in my connection with them. Yes, Adela. Yeah. So I'm glad you're here because this is what this is going to be about. And I'm super excited to be sharing with you my journey and to be here of light vehicle for you as well. We have Kim. I want to learn how to connect with them, communicate with them, hear them, accept their assistance, and use their help to help myself and others move along our path and growth. I want to grow my light and help others grow their light. Yeah, you know, it's so beautiful how it just starts opening up over time. And the thing that I learned for myself is that you know, I did it like mostly for selfish reasons. It was just for myself. I wanted to learn more for myself, and it opened up to this world where now I'm here teaching other people about them, and I'm still learning about them. I will never stop learning from the angels. They're constantly like, oh, you have this to learn now. You know, and it's just like a flow, but it takes a lot of acceptance. And one of the things that the angels really supported me on, and that I could feel for a lot of us here, is to build on courage. So I'm super excited. Thank you for being here. We're so going to cover these things. I'm super excited. We have Catherine here to guide me on my path, help me find my higher purpose, my life purpose. I see repeating numbers a lot and believe it is the angels telling me they are next to me. It gives me comfort. Yes, yes, girlfriend, you have no idea. So for me, what is so amazing is that in the beginning, I would see 444 everywhere. So 444 then became like my master number with the angels to show me that I am actually in the right place, right? So I am super excited to share that, and you'll start learning what these numbers mean. Like, I didn't get that off the back, right? I would just see it like 444. Okay, I would wake up at 444. I'll purchase something in the store and it'll be like 444. I'm like, what is this? I'll pass by a building and it was 444. And I'm like, what is this? I'm not even looking for these things and they're just popping up. So I started to connect it together. Like, what am I doing at this moment? What was I just thinking? Where am I headed to? And as I started to put the pieces together, then I realized, oh, this is my number to show me I'm on my right path and that it's safe for me to go to this next level. Because most of the time when it happened was when I was about to try something new and I almost copped out of it, like talking myself like, no, maybe I'll just turn back and not go. You know, like you would doubt yourself. So it was one of my confident boosting numbers. So why do I think I can help you? Because I've been through it, right? And truly, as when I was asking the question, when I first started, right, with the angels and just learning how to meditate, you know, quite frankly, I asked the angels, what is my purpose? What's my purpose? And they started to open up these doors for me to start channeling. And I didn't understand it then, but I did have a passion always. I always had a passion with working with children and educating other people. And I just didn't know how I was going to do that because I didn't want to be a school teacher, right? Even though everyone was like, oh my God, you'll be a perfect school teacher. Like you have the personality, the kids naturally love you. You know, you should do that. And I'm just like, I should, but I shouldn't because I don't want to be in the system. Because for me, growing up, it was hard. So it's like I didn't do so well in school, right? Which is so weird until I became an adult. Once I hit high school and hit college, then I started to do really well. But before I struggled a lot. I struggled a lot in every subject except for math. Okay, which it doesn't surprise me because it's in numbers, and that's the way that the angels first talked to me was through numbers, right? It's like 444 everywhere, right? So what I always knew is that my passion was to always help people, but I didn't agree with the systems that were in place. So I did, you know, I went to college and I studied, you know, social work, and I was working in a foster care aid with children who were not only just in foster care, they were children who also had a diagnosis, you know, an Access 1 diagnosis, which ranged from, you know, I had kids from depression all the way to bipolar, schizophrenic, and in psychiatric hospitals in and out, and I was constantly going through that. And one of the things that I was realizing in that system was that it wasn't supporting the children. It was just all about the money, and it didn't support my mission and passion in life, which is to end suffering in the world. I always knew that. Right? That was always a clear goal to me. I just didn't know how that was going to happen. And now I've learned that one of the ways to do that is by educating and navigating people through their journey of awakening, right? This isn't for everyone. I'm not going to be here to help everyone, but I'm here to help the people who are ready to enhance and maximize and master their own skills, right? And their awakening journey and connecting with the angels and spirit guides. And I didn't know that at the time, but now I kind of do, right? And this is like years in making. And there was a lot of moments, okay, lots and lots of moments of doubt. And I'm sharing this with you not so that it's just sharing to let you know that even though sometimes, you know, we light workers seem happy and joyful and upbeat, we still all struggle with confidence and putting out the material and being critiqued. And it takes a vulnerability, and after time you learn how to kind of go through it. And I'm sharing this with you because I know that there's a lot of you out there watching this and who will listen to the replay of this recording that just need that confidence booster. And it's just like, we just need to be kind to one another. And even when people are freaking jerks, and I'm going to tell you, when I did my first YouTube channel, like when I did my YouTube channel, my first few videos, yeah, I got a lot of hits, but people who actually left comments in the beginning were like really mean, right? Because in the beginning, you could tell that I didn't have the confidence. So you're like, oh my God, angels and beings, and like I was totally like that, but I didn't know how to like put it out there. And people were mean. They're like, you're too young, you don't know what you're talking about, get out of here, you got too much, you know, you're too pretty to be doing this type of work, do something else. Like, you get the most craziest stuff. I got people cursing me out, and I had to, like, block people. But I'm getting really long. I didn't want to talk about myself so much. But I just wanted to share with you the process that it takes courage, it takes support. And one of the greatest things was that I was able to plug myself into communities where I could get that support, because by myself, I don't really know how far I would get, right? I had the support system, and I plugged myself into the community. So one of the things that I will emphasize is get connected to the communities you want to be with, right? And do whatever you got to do to be there, you know? Like, I used to do meditations every day after work, and like, I became a part of this Diksha group, then I did Reiki, and blah, 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 and I just kept going. And some things I liked and some things I didn't, and all of it I enjoyed because it helped me grow, and it plugged me in. It plugged me into the vibration. So go ahead and start plugging yourself in like you plug in your phone every day. You got to plug in you every day. And that's super, super important. Okay, so now let's get to the juicy part, right? Let's talk about what you're here for, right? And this is working with the top 10 archangels, right? So I'm going to be sharing with you this document. Okay, let me make it a little bigger. Hold on. Ta-da! Now, some of you who have worked with me before have been to my Angel Connection workshop. You've seen this before, you have it, and I'm using it again because it's still accurate. So I'm going to be going down this list, and on the side here, it just says notes. And at the end of this webinar, I will be sharing so that you can download it, okay? Right, so at the end of this webinar, you will be able to download, I'll be sharing the file for you to download. Okay, I'll figure that out at the end. I know I did it last time, but I don't remember right now, but I want to get you this information. So, I'm going to start with the most common archangel, the one that we all know, her name, Michael. Okay, so we're going to start with Archangel Michael, and I have my list here as well. Ta-da! And Archangel Michael is known as, like, they will call him he who is like God, because he's like the protector. He gives off that father figure energy, very protective, very loving. Named my son after Archangel Michael. Oh, nice. I didn't know that, Alex. That is so cute. So he has this protective energy. Yeah, so here on this chart that you'll have, that I will send it to you, but you can also just start writing this down if you need to as well. You know, these are some of the associations in which you can use Archangel Michael. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I love this. I don't know, can you guys see this? Like, I'm circling this thing in yellow. See, this is new, so I'm totally excited, right? So let me know if you can see my circle. Yes, Stacy says yes. Isn't this totally cool? Yes. Okay. All right, that was my happy dance. Right, so Archangel Michael works with us with really protection, safety, our life purpose. So lo and behold, my first channeling, like the first angel I channeled, was Archangel Michael. Okay, and let me tell you, it was like amazing and scary at the same time. I had tears of happiness, but then at moments I was like, am I going crazy? Am I? You know, so, you know, anyways. So working with Archangel Michael, and of course, because I love candles, I'm all about candles, you know what I mean? I connect with the Archangel Michael connects mostly with the blue and the white. Now, white is a universal candle. Hint, why I picked the white candle for all of us today when we first initiated. Okay, so this, with Archangel Michael, what Archangel Michael really works really well is with protection. So whenever it is that you're doing a protection circle, protection star, protection shield, right? Archangel Michael is naturally attracted to it. Whether you use Michael's name, whether you call Michael, if you just say beings of light, Archangel Michael's there. You don't have to use his name specifically. But what I will share with you is that anything that has to do with protection, clearing, and like balancing an air space, okay, you're going to have Michael's energy. So whenever you're doing that, so, on what type of spiritual witch you are, you may do this differently. And it doesn't matter if, some people do like salt circles, right? Where, that's more like a Wicca thing, or, so they'll put salt and they create a circle. They're also inviting Archangel Michael's energy. And that's one of the ways to actually connect with Archangel Michael. Now, what's important for us to understand that I didn't share in the beginning, but I will share now, is that angels do not have a sex, meaning they are not male or female. They can be anything we need them to be. And because in the way in which we're used to seeing, we see men as the strong, protective type, and because Michael is connection with protection, most of the time we'll see Michael as a male figure. Okay, so I'm gonna have some tea. Okay, so that is with Michael. Okay, now let's go to Raphael. And I like Raphael, I never forgot like this really intense connection I had with Raphael. Rafaela, right? Raphael's energy is God's healer, right? He's the heavenly physician, works hand in hand with our doctors and people who are performing healing work in this world. So all healers, including myself, including you, we all emanate our Archangel Raphael's energy. And what's beautiful is Raphael's energy, as far as a healer, can be very physical or metaphysical. Okay, when we are in need of physical healing, call on Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael's, the way that we connect with Archangel Raphael is mostly through permission. So the difference, Michael, you're doing a protection, anything like a protection star, you're doing it with your crystals, Michael is there. With Raphael, it's a little different. Raphael is there but doesn't intervene until you actually give permission. So this is verbalizing permission. And I want to say something, my beautiful friends out here, and this is something I needed to learn as well. Angels cannot read your mind. They cannot read our minds. So if you're like having 1,000,001 thoughts and you're like, angels help me, right? And you're in your head, that's not really giving permission. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real. Because they were real with me when I was like, I don't understand. Why am I going through this shit? And then they're like, because you have not asked or given permission. And I'm like, but I have. They're like, Melissa, we cannot read your mind. You know how many thoughts are going through your head at a time? That's invasive. That's against free will, right? We can't do that. Right, so I'm like, oh man, I need to share this with people. Like, I did not understand that, right? So know that even though you may, if you're praying and you're praying in your head and you're totally just focused in your prayer, they'll hear you. They'll carry that on. But the truth is that if you're thinking 1,000,000,000 thoughts and you're not totally, declaring it, they're not going to be a part of it, right? They'll be on the sidelines. Like, they're always here on the sidelines, but it's important for us to vocalize it. And one of the power, use your voice. We use our voice for so many things. Why not use it for things that we want? And if you're in need of physical healing, say, angels, Archangel Raphael, I now give you permission to step forward in my life, in my body, in my aura, in all my dimensions, in all of me, and heal me right now. Not, throughout time, right now. And it happens so quickly. And the thing is that it happens so quickly, our body takes adjusting. Okay. Our healings happen instantly. Get me. Are you focusing on me right now? Our healing happens immediately. Our body takes time in catching up vibrationally. So, what's important with Raphael is that you could continue to invite his energy, but know that he has already done the healing. But you can use the invitation, the permission that Archangel Raphael give you permission to come into my heart, to come into my body, to come into whatever needs healing, right? My sacral, my breasts, my hair, my head, my finger, whatever. I give you permission to come in, and you could keep reminding yourself of this, but it's instant. Okay, and our body is what takes time. Now, our body, it responds to vibration. So the more you ask, the angels, they'll keep doing it, and it will just enhance your healing. And you want to ask in a way that you affirm that you have healed. So you don't want to say, oh, heal my heart, heal my sacral. You can't do that. What you want to say is, Archangel Raphael, I give you permission to help me be restored, right? I'm restored to optimum health, right? Yeah, right. Alex writes, mind-blowing. Yes. Yes, Melissa, speak to the angels. Yeah, totally. So I know it took a little time with Michael and Raphael because most of the time this is what we're seeking. A lot of times what we are seeking is to feel safe, to feel protection, okay? And we want to feel healing. As I was in my cold, I was using my hoarse voice and saying, Archangel Raphael, please restore me. I have a call on Thursday, my angel call. It's happening. You made me sign up. You made me pick the 11th. You better make me feel good. And I feel good. I'm great. And I have my tea, and I'm here with you. Great. So now let's move on to Archangel Gabriel or Gabriella. Archangel Gabriella, right? Energy is about strength. It's the strength of God. And I'm using God. If you're not comfortable with God, I'm sorry. But I'm not. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Basically, just replace it with love or universe. And I'm not trying to make other people feel uncomfortable. It's just I am comfortable because to me, God isn't something outside of me. It's within me. It's within all. It's the divine connection. So I'm totally cool with saying this is the strength of God. This is the strength of connection. This is the strength of all of us. Right. So Gabriella is about communication, works really good with the throat chakra. So I was totally calling on Raphael. Gabrielle was like, Gabrielle, I need to speak. I need a voice. I need people to at least understand me and recognize my voice a little bit. Like, I could sound muffled, that's fine, but let them hear me. Let them see me, right? And I remember my first video I did. So my first video on YouTube was how to create an energy ball. Right, and you could totally check it out. Totally shy. Oh, so cute me. Right, and I totally did. I said, Archangel Gabriel, I ask you to give me the words, the confidence to speak and communicate effectively the words that that need to be said for people. And when I'm doing public speaking like this, like in big arenas, in events and things like that, I call on Gabrielle to give me the words and the ability to connect. And the colors to connect with Gabriella is blue, lavender, and so these colors, it doesn't have to be candles, but again, for me, I'm a candle lady, so I'm always going to bring it back to my candles. But you can use crystals, colors, like your colors that you're wearing, you know. I wanted to feel grounded, so I have some red, and I wanted to feel sexy, so I got this thing that's like that, and of course with my lipstick, right? So you do things that make you feel what you want to feel like so that you can feel it. Right? So Gabrielle, so the way that we connect with Gabrielle, one of the most powerful ways in connecting with Gabriella is through writing. Right? So one of the ways, if you want to connect more with Gabrielle, is to do some writing. Write down, have a journal that's specifically, you know, your journaling of your heart, right? So I don't really share this with anyone, but I'll share this with you. I have a diary, right, like that I write in, and I always address it, dearest heart, right? And I'm talking to my heart, which is the infinite connection of me, God, and divinity, and angels. So for me, it's like I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to all, right? So this, you know, the way that you can connect really greatly is through writing and public speaking, okay? Anything that has to do with using your voice, your throat chakra. And as you notice when you speak, if you just don't press on your throat, just place your hand so that you could just feel the warmth of your skin, you know, your throat. And when you speak, you'll feel a vibration. That's the vibration that the universe actually hears. It's not the voice, it's not the words, it's my vibration. So this, you know, this is ways you use your voice, use that, right? Stacy asks, so Shay says, Stacy asks whether it was your intention to channel Archangel Michael the first time, or did she just come through? Oh, that's a good question. Thank you, Stacy. I did not intend to channel at all. So I just was trying to learn how to meditate. So, you know, and I opened up myself enough to say I'm open to what meditation feels like, and Archangel Michael came very strongly. And it was very powerful, beautiful. Shay said, that's crazy, Melissa. I actually started my text and email to you, my dear heart. Wow. Yeah, that's how I address my journal. Catherine says, amazing. Yeah. So I'm going to have a little more tea here because I've been talking a lot and I feel my voice coming in and out. Okay, that was strong. Right, so we have here, did you know you were channeling? Yeah, I did know once Archangel Michael said, this is Archangel Michael. I was like, okay. And totally, I got really hot when this channeling happened. Oh my god. And it was, my whole body was hot. Like I was sweating in places I didn't even know I could sweat. And I think it was just my nervousness and also their intense, beautiful energy. And it was my first remembering encounter of them. And I say remembering because I do truly believe that as a child, me and everyone, we've encountered our angels, and we were just used to it, and over time we learned how to just shut them out. Did you feel different? I did. At first, I wrote what I didn't want to forget, so I wrote it down, and then I was like, wow, did that really happen? And then And then I checked in to make sure I wasn't going crazy. There was like a lot of conflicting things. It was late at night, and I was not sure about any of this. I didn't know much about metaphysics. I didn't know about channeling. I didn't believe in psychics, especially since I had went to one, and she was a total bogus lady and ran me for my money because she really played on my fears. So I totally didn't believe in channeling. I just thought it was all wrong. My audio is breaking in and out. Is anyone else? Oh, sorry to hear that. Hopefully you can hear it now, Adela. Hopefully in the recording everything comes out. Okay. So with Gabrielle, very simple, writing, journaling. You can channel a lot that way. I channeled a lot of messages with Gabriella that way. Gabriella's energy will come up in any way you need them to. Sometimes it's masculine, sometimes it's feminine. What I've noticed that for me is it will come most of the time as Gabriella because I need a little bit more mothering energy a lot of the time, because I do carry a lot of masculine, and so Gabriella will help ease me so that I can hear the messages, and also so that I can be in the flow a little bit differently. So next, what I would like us to connect with is Uriel. Oh, I love Uriel. You don't understand. Uriel has been with me for I don't know how long. Okay, and I just gravitated to Uriel. Okay, and as over time I learned why. Okay, and Uriel is the light of God. Isn't that amazing? The light of God. And it's all about enlightenment. Also, there's a sense of protection with Uriel as well. Success, right? Money, mental healing. That is where I worked most. Uriel. I had a lot of doubt. My self-talk was very, very shitty. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've thought really low of myself growing up. And in order for us to be of the light, we kind of have to overcome that negative, shitty self-talk. And I'm saying it shitty. It was totally shitty and not accurate. Uriel helped me calm my mind enough so that I can step in to who I truly am, my authentic self, and to stand in my power, which is connected to our solar plex. So you'll notice that Uriel's energy is connected to the solar plex chakra, and that's because it stands with our power. It's also, a lot of times Uriel will be depicted like with the sun. So if you see it in cards and stuff like that, you'll see Uriel with the sun. Okay, sorry. Right, so there's like this light solar plex energy, you know, really, really cool. And Uriel's energy is very soft. Even though Uriel's energy is about power and strength and solar plex, the energy with Uriel is so wise. It works in silence. So the times that I will feel Uriel work on me the most will be in that moment right before I was about to fall asleep, like knock out. Right? You know when you're like falling asleep and like you tell yourself pretty things, at least that's what I imagine you doing, is that before you go to sleep, you tell yourself, ooh, I love myself. I'm such a great person. I can't wait to wake up tomorrow. Right? And you just knock out. Right? Uriel is there at those moments and then works with us really well during the night. Even though it's depicted with the sun, it works with the night a lot in our dreams and our sleep. Okay, helps with those with addiction, addictive thoughts, addictive behaviors, addictive patterns, codependency. Uriel is your person you want to connect with. And simply works in quiet time. So quiet meditations, right? All of that stuff is going to be great. Okay, so I have to blow my nose. I'm going to mute myself for a minute. Okay, I'm back. I didn't want you to hear me blowing my nose. But I also didn't want you to see nothing coming out. So, you know, I'm looking out. I'm looking out. So, Uriel is your girl guy that is going to work with you with all of those things. So, if you know someone dealing with addictions, addictive behaviors, things along those lines, work with Uriel. It's going to work with the mind. See, what's so powerful is because Uriel works with the mind, Uriel's energy is going to help you and the people you work with, the people you're doing your healing work with, right? Like, you're going to be using these stuff. Like, I know you're going to be using this. I want you to use these angels, not only for yourself, but for other people. So, you know, you'd be like, you look at the sheet and you're like, oh, yeah, you have this. You should, let's work with this angel, whatever, right? And what you want to do here is really to be able to get in a quiet space, because the work is still happening. When you call on the angels, the work is happening. It doesn't matter. But if you want to feel it, you have to be really still, because Uriel's energy is very small. I don't even know if you heard me, but her energy is very soft and calming, which is what is needed for someone who has an addictive behavior. If you just think about it, it's the opposite. Right? If you're, a lot of the times with any type of addiction, codependent behavior, it's like me now, like now, I need it now. Like, it becomes consuming. And what Uriel does is it focuses your energy into doing something else, which is quiet, silence, right? And in that's where your healing occurs. And so the way that it worked for me was, yeah, I had a lot of shitty thoughts about myself, but I also was a real paranoid kind of person. So I used to like be scared to walk outside, think I was gonna get robbed or get hit by a car who ran the light. Like, how, like, yes, that happens, but the likelihood that that was gonna happen to me was really slim to none, right? And what Uriel helped me overcome was the reality of that, right? It's like, this is not gonna happen to me, right? And all of that stuff. And now this says me too, abusive relationships, yeah, right? That pattern. So Uriel helps calm you so that you don't go back into those things, back into those behaviors, right? The non-peaceful mind. Okay, that's my homegirl, Uriel. And the colors to connect with Uriel is yellow, gold, brown, and white. And again, quiet time. So meditation is going to be great, or just simply quiet time, doing things that are very peaceful. So if you're a knitter or you like to do puzzles, like I know people who like do like these puzzles of like 3,000 pieces, and that's their peaceful time. And I'm like, girl, you got some patience, because that shit will fucking go drive me crazy, you know? But for them, it's their peaceful time, right? So let's see, who's next? Metatron. So Metatron is super cool. I work a lot with Metatron, especially when I was doing work with the Merkaba, right? So so with Metatron, you know, Metatron, so I'm going to share something really quick. Metatron and Sandorphan, which you could see here, they were both, according to the Bible, they were both here on Earth, twin brothers, and they were so good that they ascended. And what that basically means is that they took their physical body into the next dimension, into their next life, and with them to God, right? To the infinite connection, right? So, so, excuse me. Okay, excuse me. Sorry for coughing at you guys. So, Metatron works really well with highly sensitive children. My favorite. So, Metatron also works with sacred geometry. So, for those who are out there, I know who you are. I'll give you a wink. Into, you know, sacred geometry and things like that. Metatron will help you understand. Metatron works with that, and also with numbers, things that are like, so you might have heard of Metatron's cube. You know, Leonardo, what's his, Leonardo da Vinci, sorry. Leonardo da Vinci, believe it or not, connected with Metatron. There's no evidence of this, okay? There is nowhere you're going to find this. This is just a knowing through my intuitive type as a clairsending and a claircognizant. My clear knowing of Metatron and his own connection with me is he worked really well with Leonardo da Vinci. And you know the Leonardo da Vinci famous drawing with the circles and the triangles and the squares, like with the human body? That is in relation to everything of existence. We all carry that. Every single thing has that, also known as Metatron's cube now. Okay, so really works with enhancing our third eye chakra as well, and our crown chakra. So third eye, crown chakra works really well. Works with children a lot because of excuse me. He works with children a lot because children are most receptive and are most in need of support when it comes to developing their spirituality and their spiritual gifts. I'm going to have some water. I'm all set here. I got my tea and I got my water, whatever I need, right? So the way that you will connect with Metatron is drawing. You could draw figures, shapes, especially if you drew like the flower of life, any of Da Vinci's paintings, staring at them, you will start getting some information through Metatron. You will start getting information, and Metatron will work in your dreams, in your awake state, mostly in your dream state, so that you can actually get it, but then you won't remember it when you wake up. But at some point when you need to remember, you will remember. Just trust. Just trust. Okay, and what's so cool too is Archangel Metatron colors are like light purple, light blue, oranges, right? So it's more on the light sense of a color than anything. Thank you, Shay, for writing their names from in the Bible. Thank you. That's very helpful. So let me make sure I shared what I needed to. Yeah, so sacred geometry, geometric shapes, drawing them out, those type of things, having them around in your surroundings will definitely enhance your connection with Metatron. And with any angel, any archangel, what is going to be just to call them and just give them permission to work with you, right? Like there's specific ones that you can do specific things with, but there's other ones that you can connect with. I mean, there's there's other ways you can connect with them, right? There's not like, if you do not follow these steps, you will not be able to channel me. That's not how they work at all. They're very receptive and they're really loving and just want to be here. So don't overthink it. Don't get too carried away. and trying to do something really crazy. For me, you know, I light a candle. They know that I'm ready. And that's my symbol with them, right? So let's move on to Haniel. Nice, nice. So the grace of God, right? That's one of the names that you will hear Haniel. I need to clear my throat. Give me a minute. I'm back. So Haniel will be the grace of God. And Haniel works a lot with women. And helping women with their emotional and physical balance. Or you could even say feminine energy. Right? But mostly with women, but Haniel's energy is very intuitive. Okay, so when you want to enhance your intuition, and work on your skills and for intuition, Haniel is the person you kind of want to have as your guide. You know, you want Haniel to lead you and teach you. Haniel will just give you the information, and so Haniel is very humble energy. So a lot of times when you're working with Haniel, you won't even know you're working with Haniel, because Haniel will not necessarily say, I am Archangel Haniel. He'll just give you the inspiration you need, like, take some breaths right now. You know, oh, listen to your intuition. That feeling you got is me. Right? So that is how Haniel works. Not saying that if an angel, archangel, like, announces themselves is that they have, let's not put ego into it, right? I'm just saying, Haniel, most of the time you don't know what's happening. So one of the ways is also through quiet time. So similar to Uriel, Haniel works in quiet time. So you know those times when you're in the shower and you just kind of like la 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 la, shower, shower, you know, and then you get like an information. A lot of times it will come from Haniel. Okay, and so the way you connect with Haniel, just like any other, would be just to simply get more centered and quiet. So anything that's going to bring you centered and quiet is going to, excuse me, it's going to bring you to Haniel's energy, and you can connect. And you know, if you have a candle, when you're lighting the candle, you can ask that angel to come forward, and they'll come forward. So let's see, we have here Jaffiel, right? So we're coming to the end. I need to blow my nose again. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so Jaffiel is the beauty of God, and this is to recognize the beauty within all. And this is great for those who are dealing with confident issues, self-esteem. This is the angel you want to connect with, because it's not about like seeing the external beauty. It's about being the beauty within. And I love it, like, you know, I work from home a lot, so sometimes I don't like do my makeup and stuff, and I'll be like, oh my god, look at this and look at that. So now I just like do whatever makes me feel good. So if that means putting on some lipstick instead of complaining about how pale I look, then it feels good, and it's a positive place that it brings me into, right? So this is one of the things that she would lead you in, right? And her colors are like rose, pink, red, and white. All of them are white, right? But this really works with mindset. So the way that you would connect greatly is through mirror work. Okay, so Like I have a mirror. This is my mirror. Right, so can you see, like, you can see like I have my reflection. Right, so what you would do is you would take your mirror. I would suggest taking a mirror you don't use all the time. Like I don't really use this mirror, so I could use this. So I would, you know, use this mirror, look at myself, and ask Jaffiel to show me who I am, the beauty within, and open up my heart, and really helps with forgiveness. So this is an angel you probably use a lot, unless you're dealing with someone or yourself with low self-esteem, or needs a lot of forgiveness. But most of all, if this will be that angel you would connect with when you're needing that clearing of self-doubt, and of really just trying to move yourself into a self-esteem that is healthy, that is loving, that is supporting. And mirror work, right? Mirror work works really well with that, with the reflection. Okay, so that's there. So the next one I want to talk about here is Sandorphan, and we talked a little bit earlier about Sandorphan, and this is Metatron's brother, and literally his name is brother, or he's the one who's known as the deliverer, so the prayer deliverer. And what I love about Sandorphan's energy, the way that you connect with Sandorphan, is put on some music. Music that has a lot of instruments, a lot of high pitch kind of stuff, you know, like ding, ding, things that have like bells, and like kind of stuff. And I'm sorry, I can't see. Right? Sandorphan is that one. So when you're dancing by yourself, you're not dancing by yourself, you're dancing with Sandorphan. Most definitely. Sandorphan's energy is very uplifting, and it's not so much, say this, it doesn't have to connect to biblical type of music or even spiritual music. It's about high pitches, classical music, versus, like, Sandorphan is a fan of classical music, and music that has like really high pitches and like positive vibrational tunes, so messages that are really enforcing positive energy. Archangel Sandorphan is one of my guardian angels. That's what Shay says. Yes, Archangel Sandorphan is your guardian angel. There's no doubt about it. So sometimes our guardian angels can be archangels. And we have more than one guardian angel. We have several, and as we go through life, we gain more and more guardian angels through our experiences. And I'm glad you brought that up, because just to skip over a little bit, next month I'm going to be, the master class is going to be connecting with your guardian angel and stuff like that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So at the end, I'll share the link. Can be an angel, and you can learn what you want to learn from your, is through music and prayer. So praying is going to be really really powerful. Oh, Kim says I can't hear you. Anyone else? Kim, can you hear now? Yeah, so next month, I'll repeat that. Yeah, so thank you, Alex. Next month, we'll be talking about guardian angels and how to connect with them and stuff like that. So my stuff is coming in and out again. I'm sorry. Hopefully the recording has it fully. Now, the next angel that I want to connect with is Shamiel, right? And Shamiel is one of the angels that we use love and love relationships, also forgiveness, but mostly like, you know, really just putting in that God, that relationship. Sorry, I'm all about God today. Huh? Sorry. It's all about relationships, connections, partnerships, right? So I'm sorry that my audio is coming in and out. I see that my connection is coming in and out as well. Let's give it a moment because I don't want you to miss out. Is it better now? Kim and Catherine, yes. Okay, great. So yes, it's better now. Good. Yay. So, you know, with Shamiel is all about that partnership, that friendship. It's all about that unconditional, right? That unconditional experience. And I really want to emphasize unconditional. Unconditional means without borders, without limits, without, it doesn't have a condition, right? Unconditional. My love is unconditional. Whether you behave a specific way or don't behave this way, it's still there. It's yours. And that's what Shamiel's energy is all about. So if you want to learn more about connecting unconditionally in your relationships, Shamiel can teach you. And Shamiel teaches us through experience. A lot of people don't like that one. So if you're asking for unconditional, beware that you will be tested. And it doesn't mean it has to be a negative experience. It just means an experience that's going to push you to understanding what it means to be unconditional. And sometimes that could seem really beautiful, and other times it could be heartbreaking, and it's a roller coaster ride. It doesn't matter. If you are wanting the unconditional, Shamiel is your person, and you will get it, and you will get it through experience. Okay. Shamiel likes to work in groups. So if you want to connect with Shamiel, get a group, get a partner. You are more, not saying you have to do that to connect with Shamiel, but it's more juicy for Shamiel. Shamiel likes groups. It's attracted to partnerships. So when you're in a group, it's gonna be attracted to groups. So when you're in groups of women, men, you know, relationships, whatever, it's more likely energy is going to be there to support you. Okay, and the colors is rose pink, red, burgundy, and white. Cool. Now the next one we have is Ariel or Ariella, known as the lioness or lion of God, right? And what's so amazing with Ariella, right, works very much with pets, animals, but also the animal within ourselves. So a lot of times we're like the pets, the animals, yeah, we're thinking external. We ourselves are also an animal. So it's the animal within ourselves. So whenever you are wanting to build and create something, right, like when I want to create my business, I connect a lot with Ariella, because I need to get that fire animal energy that to come out, right? And not to come out to attack, to come out to be present, to have confidence like a lion. A lion just sits there and says, I know I'm beautiful, look at me, right? And I'm not saying that that's what you need, but I am saying that's what you need. Right, it's a confidence, and it's not about cockiness, it's about confidence. The difference, my friends, being cocky and confidence. Right, so it's about nurturing that part of yourself. Works very well with the earthly elements. So you will find Ariel's energy in forests, gardens, where there's a lot of plants. So like on my windowsill, I have a whole bunch of plants. So when I want to connect with Ariel, Ariella, I stand next to my plants and I talk to them really pretty. And I call on her energy, and it feels more intense there. Right? She's very protective over her land, and she's very connected with Mother Earth energy. So Ariel will work with Mother Earth, connecting a lot of the time, hand in hand, as a partnership, because that is what they do. They're protection of Earth. Ta-da! So working with animals is also going to be a way, not only with plants, like I connect with my plants and Ariella pops up, but also with animals. You know, rescuing them, talking to them, loving them. It's all amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this sheet that I have here, and I will be sharing this at the end. How you can get this sheet. Okay, so now I'm gonna go. I need to blow my nose again, so I'm gonna mute myself. Okay, great. So now that we learned a little bit of how to connect with the angels and archangels, and I told you it's simple. It's really simple working with them, and the different ways you can work with different ones, right? So I hope that that was helpful, and I would love to share a special offer with you. Some of you here are already. Feel free to share your experience if you like in the chat box. But I would like to invite you into the Inner Circle. And one of the Inner Circle programs that I am offering is the Miracles Within Us membership program. Okay? And in the Inner Circle, this is a place where I really truly believe that success happens. It includes everything you need to know about in your personal life and in your spiritual growth and development. It's everything. It's a lovely community. And it's really about living in that plugging in. So you remember what I shared earlier, like you plug in your phone. This is what that is. This is plugging in you, right? And this is a place where we connect monthly. Well, we connect a lot more than monthly, but we have one set call a month that's for the members only, where you get to connect with the angels, and I'll be channeling for you. So in the Miracles membership program is designed for those who are looking for a more spiritual growth, connection with the angels and archangels, right? And in this membership, you will receive a monthly reading from the angels and I. Okay, super, super exciting. And I'm excited to share this with you at this special offer because the offer that I'm offering you now is going to go up. It's not going to be what you're going to be able to sign into the program anymore. So, and I want to share it with you so that you can be here. So you will have access to private group coaching forum, which is a GroupMe app. I love it. I think everyone else does too, but I love it. I share the card of the day, and there's discussions, and I send reminders so you can show up to the calls, and all that you need is there. And it's a really supportive community. We're all there for each other. If someone is needing something, that's the place to go. This is where you plug in and you could get fueled so that you can move forward. Right. So, like I said, in this, you get a monthly reading. You have live interactive private group forum, which is the group me. You also have access to the replays of the sessions, which is a really great thing. So you could go back and check it out. And there's a lot more, right? There's Q&A with me and the angels and the other members. And there's so much things that are going on in the membership that I can't even all put here. And this, you will receive all of this for only $27 a month. Okay, this is incredible. The value of this, when I put it together, the time and effort and all the things that everyone is getting in it, you're talking about over $200 a month. And you're getting it for only $27, which I think is totally amazing. Okay, here's the link if you want to sign up. It's on my website, miracleswithinus.com, or you can do the link. I'm going to add the link to the chat box. So I'm going to do that right now. So if anyone wants to check that out right now, who's on, go ahead, go check it out. But still keep me here, because now is a really great part. It's Q&A time. So it's Q&A time. So if anyone has any questions about the membership group, let me know. So the thing with this chat, okay, let's see. So if you have any questions that arise during the call that I did not see or get to answer, please let me know, and we can start doing them now in the Q&A. So I'm going to leave the floor open to you guys. I don't know if there's like a little delay, so I'm just going to take my tea and stuff while you guys write up and your beautiful questions. So I'm drinking this turmeric, ginger, black pepper, lemon tea, and it's delicious and very, very strong. But let me tell you, it is amazing. To cure my cold. Like, I've never had a cold that lasts less than like 2 weeks. I've only had this cold since Sunday, Monday, 3 days, and it's basically almost out. Like, I'm just a little congested, and this is great. So let's see what we have here. And you know, I believe I can, well, I can click on you guys and put you as a full screen, but I don't know how comfortable people are. So for this time around, I'll just see what you guys have here as far as questions. Why do the angels have names if they are all light? Do they use that to be humans, or that this is so small I can barely read, that was their names, or did humans name them? Ooh, nice question. Yes. So the reason why angels have names is because they needed a way for us to trust them. And that's why also a lot of times you would see, like when people would see angels, they depict them as like a human body with wings, right? Because it's scary for if it was anything else. But basically what they are is like this ball of light. And this, like, they could be any size they want, right? I'm just going to use this for now. Let's say the size of my head, right? This ball of light. And they're different lights, like different colors, different shades of light, and colors, and they change, and they're translucent and beautiful, right? So the names are just so that we can connect with them and understand them and associate ourselves with them, and really just get them, right? I'm going to share the file with you guys. Before I forget, I don't want to not share the file. Okay, all right. I think it's going to pop up now. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's the one. Do you guys see it on your screen? Just let me know. Let me know if you see it. I just shared the top 10 Archangel chart so that you have it in front of you. I don't want you to not have that. But just let me know if you got it. Yes, I see it, says Alex. Thank you. Mucho bueno. Muchos gracias. So, Catherine, to answer your question, yeah, so the names, they just kind of, it's whatever we kind of made for them, and then we just kind of all agreed that this energy is this angel. And that's basically how it happened. Um, and it's just to help us, right? Because they're really just all beings of light. I think we just like labels and we like to know where things come from and things like that. So it helps us in that way, right? So I hope that that was that answered your question. And if there's more to that, write it. Let me know. Yes, download the file. Yes, yes. Okay, so let's go back up. So we have Stacy. In working with the angels and meditation, should we ask to connect with one or another before? Good question. It depends on the intention of your meditation. You know, what I realize is that when I really, really want to, like, not now, because now they're like always there. But like I remember like when that first happened and I first channeled Michael, and then I was like, okay, Michael, and nothing will happen. And then I'm like, okay, Michael. And then when I finally would like just kind of release and just be like, okay, I'm just open to having an experience, even if it's just me sitting here listening to a meditation. And that's when I was most receptive. And so everyone has a unique experience. I work well when I'm most calm. And that's when they connect with me most. So that's why it's important for me to create a life where I'm not super stressed, because as soon as I'm stressed, it just my channeling goes off. Like I don't know if some of you noticed in the membership group, I didn't do cards for like 2 or 3 days. I was so congested. I could barely hear what they were saying to me because I was just like so just not there. So I just didn't do it, right? And that was just honoring where I was and being real about that experience. So Stacy, I hope that that was helpful. But if you want to connect with the specific angel and you're a meditator already, then saying, you know, my intention is to connect with blah, blah, blah angel, and then just keep doing it, right? And keep doing it until you have an experience, right? For me, I light the candle. So now I could just light the candle. Now I don't even have to light a candle. Like, I'm gonna be real. Now I could just start channeling. There are times where I'm just like, I can't channel right now, right? But overall, you find what works for you, you know. Because I am naturally connected and I love candles, I would light the candle, I would turn off the lights or dim the lights, have my salt lamp light on and a candle, and that will really make me receptive in the beginning. Breath work is super important when channeling. One of the things I noticed when I first channeled was that I was holding my breath, and actually Michael, you know, my first channeling, Archangel Michael was like, control your breath. And I was like, okay. And he doesn't sound like she doesn't sound like her. I just don't know how to mimic it, and I just think it's funny to put Michael as that kind of tone. Just joking with him around, right? All right, so let's see what we have. So I hope that clicked on the scroll like button next to, oh, thank you, Alex. That was just for you to share the okay, thank you for doing that. Thanks. Anyone else needing help with downloading? If you have like you can't download it for whatever reason, private message me at melissa@miracleswithinus.com and just say as your subject title, need top 10 Archangel worksheet or something like that, and I'll get it to you. Let's see. How do you know? So this is from Kim. I hope I'm not skipping anyone, but this is from Kim. How do you know if you are connecting with an angel or a spirit guide? So I'm gonna start with that part of the question first. There really is no difference. You know, for me, I'm trying to think about the easiest way to explain. For some people, spirit guide is more accessible, as like they feel like they can access it more, like it's more easier for them. So that would work. For me, not that angels and archangels were more accessible, is they were more acceptable in my psyche. So when I first started channeling, I still was practicing. I was a Catholic at the time. I was raised Catholic, and I was very Catholic, and channeling and all of that stuff was just evil, right? And there was a lot of fear. At least when I went to Catholic school, they instilled a lot of fear around connecting, that you can connect, and that anything that wants to connect to you was evil. So for me, because I already knew of angels, because of being Catholic and growing up with angels and archangels, it's saints, same, they're the same connection. In a way, that it made it easier. So I just feel that for me, right, because I can only speak from my experience, for me it was easier to connect with archangels and angels, and that's why I knew I was connecting with angels. But essentially, angels and spirit guides are the same. It's just the terminology and how we connect with them and how we associate with them. So that is it for me. Are they really different? Not necessarily. Like there are spirits that are not angels, but then I don't know how to answer your question really, other than saying that there is no difference. It's just about what we feel safe to connect with. Because now, like before, I would know spirit guides, no, and then I learned that it was the same. And it's just to help us, right? Like just like the names, right? Like angels having names was basically just a way to help us accept the connection, so that we could push that aside, right? Like the connecting and who the hell is trying to talk to me, to actually getting to the juicy part, which is the support and the help that we're actually really needing on being here on earth. Not saying that we need to have that, but that we want to have it. So that was the first part of your question. Is see light when I meditate? So you see a light when you meditate. Excuse me. Usually purple, but other colors to come in and out of my mind's eye. Would these lights be angels and other guides, or just colors? Well, colors have their own vibration. So sometimes this is something you're going to have to really know within yourself. So I know that you know your intuitive type. So connect with your intuitive type and really sit with where you're getting your answers from when you're in this, right? And also, colors also have their own healing properties. It doesn't necessarily have to do anything, have any association with angels or spirit guides. It could just be that color is a healing vibration for you, and you're asking for something at that moment, and that color is responding to the healing or the message or the validation that you're asking in that particular moment during your meditation. So hopefully that was helpful. let's see. If you want to connect, Kim, if you want to like learn, like maybe it's an angel talking to you through a color, keep asking it. There is no shortcut around that I know of. Just keep asking the color, are you an angel? And your first response is your immediate connection. If it's a yes, it's a yes. If it's a no, if it's a maybe, then that's just meaning you're not trusting yourself. Okay? So, great. Stacey says, yes, that's help. That helped. Thank you. Great. Let's see. So this is Stacey. Tag on to Kim's question. Are spirit guides versions of the archangels and different energies? They can be, right? To spirit guides are versions of angels and archangels, or angels and archangels are, you know, a version of spirit guides. I don't know which one actually comes first, or if there's a difference, or, right, it's like the chicken or the egg, right? What came first? Is it the chicken, or is it the egg? I don't know. Right? And some of these things, you know, I love these questions because it really gets me to ask them. And then they're just like, well, who cares? And then I'm like, but they care. I care, right? This is like my internal dialogue with them, right? And what they're sharing with me is that they're all the same version of the same version, and it's all a circle, so there's no beginning and there's no end. And what I'm feeling right now is just like life. They're the eternal life, not like the physical life, but the actual life, our spirit. There is no beginning and there is no end. In that there's no middle. There's no destiny. There's no final place, right? It's an evolving evolution, right? And that's what I'm feeling, and I know that might have went off of your question, but hopefully that answer it. Okay. Yeah, so how do we confirm that we are connecting to the angels and spirit guides and not another entity? So, let me connect, because I feel also in this question that, and other entities are fine. I've connected with like other beings. Like I connected to a star being, which isn't like an energy being. It's like an actual being. I'm not saying that it isn't or is of the light, but it's a different being, like Palladians, and then there's other entities that we may consider to have negative or low intentions. And basically the way that we will know the difference, or that what we're connecting to, is the authenticity of the angels, of the message. So one thing, like in the beginning that I shared, angels, beings of light, will never ask you to do anything. And I'm going to say that again. They will never ask you to do anything. Right? So like when I know a lot of times they're like, oh, the angels told me, da, 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 da. It's more like I ask the angels, what is it that will bring me like more happiness? What's in my highest good to this and that? And then in that, they show me my highest connection to myself, and this is the message that I got through the angels, right? It's like my own, they're showing me my own messages that I blocked myself from when I descended to earth. They don't tell me what to do. They don't tell anyone what to do. They don't ask for anything in exchange. Okay, that's another thing. It's like if you this is how you know you're talking to a different entity. It's like, I need you to like, I don't want to say anything too drastic. Like, you need to light a candle for me every Thursday. And if you do not, then I will not help you. That is an entity of the light. That is a pure agenda entity. And I'm not saying it's wrong or evil. It just has a different agenda and isn't of the light fully. Because beings of the light don't need anything from us. I'm going to make that really clear. Beings of light do not need anything from us. Right? Bummer. They don't really need anything from us. Essentially, we don't need anything from them. We just like the connection with them. Because we could survive without it. And they could survive without us. It's the unconditional. That's when you know with an angel, it's unconditional. When I connected with Archangel Michael the first time, many of you may have heard this story so many times, but I remember my heart opened up so big. I never felt so much love in my life. Like, I was like, I've never, and I haven't had any children of my own, so most of the time they're like, that's the equivalent, like you have a moment when you first have your child that it's unconditional, like completely, where your heart is completely open. That is what I felt with my first channeling with Archangel Michael. And there was nothing, didn't want anything from me, right? It was just answering all that I was asking, and it was giving me what I had already put into my field, my vortex, my energy, but I wasn't accessing it. So the angels will help us access our own stuff, not their stuff, someone else's stuff, our own, the own stuff that we said we could do if we wanted to here on Earth. Okay. Let's see. So hopefully that answered you. So let's see. So lately I have been getting different animal spirit energies coming to me. Ooh, congratulations. Like bear, cubs, horses, etc. The last one was, the chat moved, so I totally lost it. Okay, so I don't know much about spirit animals, or all I know, so I don't know much about, so I'm not the expert when it comes to spirit animals, right? I'm more of an expert with translating what angels have to say. But in essence, they're all the same energy, right? What I've learned about spirit animals is that they'll come to us they'll come to us when we need to embody that trait. So, you said bear, cub, and etc. Pay attention to how it is that you actually see these animals. Like, for me, when I see a bear, I think bears are so cuddly and beautiful, and in their true nature. I'm not talking about teddy bear. I feel that they only attack when they feel attacked. So maybe this is a part of your subconsciousness that is telling you it's okay to not attack. And it's okay to attack when you're being attacked, right? And it could be those type of messages. Same with the cub, right? Like in cougars and all of that, right? Like lions and tigers, and right, they're all a part of the same family, right? They're kind of just chill until they're hungry, and then they hunt and they eat. But there could be a billion, possible foods passing through them, like in front of them, and until they're hungry, they don't attack. So this is also saying, wait until you have something to go for. Maybe it's that you having options available to you, but none of them excite you. Wait for the one that excites you, right? It could be those kind of things. So as you really connect with what trait of that animal is being called for you, because you may be asking for something from the angel, spirit, you know, your ancestors and things along those lines, and your deceased loved ones. You may be asking them all these beautiful things and questions, and at the same time, they may be answering to you through animals, right? Because, like, I don't know, they just do that. You know, they do things all the time. Like, I always have dreams of saving children, like saving children from disasters. And every time I'm like, I know I need to start working more with children. I want to work with children, just don't know how. Right? So, you know, there's that, right? So there's all of that stuff that kind of just wraps up and comes in there. So I hope that helped you, Kim. Excuse me. I'm going to have some tea. I hope you guys, I'm totally enjoying this. And I'm going to read the rest of the questions, but I do want to honor people's time. I totally lost track of time. It is 9:10. And I'm going to say by 10, we'll start wrapping up. And if there's more questions, and there's enough questions about the same kind of topic, I can do another Angel Masterclass, one of the Angel Masterclasses on that topic. So I love these questions because it lets me also see what stuff you want to know about, right? Like, there could be stuff that I know that I could share with you, but I also want things that you're actually going to use, right? So feel free to even message me any topics. You can send me an email with a whole bunch of topics you would like to learn about angels and spirit, and the ones that, you know, seem to get a lot of attention, like a lot of people are saying it. I am going to work on those because I want to give you what you want, because I like to make people happy. So going back to the questions, let's see. I don't know where I left off, so I think it was here. I'll tag on to Kim here. How do we find our spirit animals? I don't know. How do we find our spirit animals? You know what I literally heard? I literally heard dream. I'm like, angels dream? I guess they're staying in our dreams. And if you're curious about it, you can like search online and do like those quizzes. And there's other people who specialize more on spirit animals. And you can definitely do some research on that, right? Like, that's what's so great. There's so much information. And even though there is a lot of information, not all of it is accurate. So what I ask you is to see what resonates. Not because it's familiar, but because it feels right. Right? Because familiarity doesn't mean it's right. It just means you're used to it. What I want you to do is get connected to the feeling of this is accurate. Right? And it could be uncomfortable or it could feel good, but it's accurate. So hopefully that gave you a little bit something. I don't know too much about spirit animals, so I won't know much about that, any topics on spirit animals. Okay, could those be angels coming to me as animals? Yes, Kim, most definitely. They're gonna come to you in ways that that will not scare you, that will be familiar to you. You know, maybe you're just more receptive to seeing or remembering animals in your wake life when you know, after your dreams. Can angels tell you something through your emotions, like crying for no reason or not in pain? Alex, good question. Most definitely. There's a balance though. So, at least from what I understand, there's a balance between like our emotions and their they're helping us express. Most of the time, what angels will do is that if we say, oh, I really want to rid of this situation. I want to get rid of this situation or out of this situation. I want to move past this circumstance. What they'll help you do is process it. And sometimes the process is through crying, right? Or getting angry or being upset, right? So there can be all of those notions. Okay. What other things? Right. And there could also be like that numbness, right? And that could also be an emotion, like feeling numb, like no pain. I'm not sure if that's what you mean by not in pain, like numbness. But it could show up definitely that way as well. Or cold feelings and chills. Yeah, so a lot of times, like, validations out, my hairs on my hands will, kind of, my arms will kind of pop up and you get those goosebumps and, like, and things like that. And you could notice all different types of sensation. Your temperature of your body rises. You can also notice, us women, we're so fabulous. We have this beautiful reproductive system that really is in tune when we allow our system to be there, our yoni, and they will use that as well, through temperature, through excitement, through moisture, right? All of these things, these are all indicators of movements, excitement, right? All of these things are ways they talk to us in any way that we need them to. Right, like numbers, like we were talking in the beginning, right? I saw a lot of 444 and things like that. So there's a lot of that occurs. So they will connect with us in many ways, and they'll keep giving us the messages that we've been asking for, like answering our questions all the time, different ways, right? They just don't do one way and be like, you just have to get it this way. No, they're here. Excuse me, they're here for you. Okay, so let's see. Yes, thank you so much. We have, yeah. I need to blow my nose again. Oh, my tissue. All right, there we go. I'm gonna mute you guys. Okay, great. I'm back. So we have 3 more minutes, and then I'm gonna end for today. But I'm totally enjoying this. Let's see. And for those who are also listening to the recording and you don't get the downloaded file, let me know and I will send it to you. So I hope I'm not skipping anyone. Stacy, I think it's next. Yeah, my hesitation with working with the archangels until now has been how they are attached to religion. Yeah. In my case, in that moment, it worked for me. But then I had to unattach the religion part because I don't see myself as religious anymore. I call myself spiritual and not religious. So I get that. So, which I believe is different from spirituality. It's funny, I didn't finish your sentence, but that's what you said. Yeah. Can you speak on whether the archangels are attached to a specific religion? I think it's easier for someone who was raised in a specific religion to then move into accepting angels more. But the angels themselves don't belong to a specific religion. And it reminds me of this book, this book that I read. It's called Angels in My Hair. I actually listened to the audio, but it's a book, but I listened to the audio. It's Angels in My Hair. Like my hair, right? This woman, I love this book because she explained a lot of things in a different way, and I thought it was really beautiful. And she was from, I believe she was in Ireland, and the totally cute accent that they had reading the book. Anyways, there was a part where there was this religious battles. There was like the Pentecostals and the Protestants. I forgot. It was like back in the day, and she was another religion. I don't even remember. What stood out for me, and that resonated with me for me to know as true, was that she was walking with, I think, her aunt, and she was going to church. And to get to church, she had to pass the Pentecostal church or the Protestant church. She had to pass the Protestant church. And she was looking at the church, and she used to see the angels. Like, she would physically see them. Like, I don't see them, I feel them. And she saw all the angels outside of the Protestant church. And they were just, like, shining and beautiful. And her aunt tugs on her, because she's a little girl. So she kind of pulls on her, and she goes, "Oh, don't look over there. That's a fake religion or whatever," she said. But the girl, she noticed that the beautiful angels there, and then when she went to her church, there was beautiful angels there too. And what she was basically saying, and what resonated, was that it's not a specific religion. It's just a pure love of energy. And they were just there, like, smiling and singing, and she was just like seeing them, right? So she's just like this little girl watching them. And it's just so, so beautiful. So I think, you have every right to have a hesitation with working with angels and archangels, because there has been an over-dramatic attachment to angels being, such a Christian thing, like the Catholic Church and stuff like that. It's such a Christian origin, but that's not where they originate from. And I don't know if that makes you understand or like feels good or whatever, or if it resonates with you. I just know that it resonated with me when I saw this and read in that book, and how real and truth it is, that it doesn't belong to a specific religion. And that's why I also think that religion, like spirit guides and angels, are also the same thing, because it's just a label that's used to help the person then go past the distraction into the actual work. So I hope that was great. That helped a lot. Thanks again. Love that story. Angels are pure. Yes. Definitely are. So I want to thank you all for being here. I really had a lot of fun. I did not know I was gonna have so much to say. But I am glad and I'm happy. I know it's late and we all have a beautiful day tomorrow. So I want you to stay warm. It's gonna be a little bit warmer tomorrow, but rainy, but warmer. So hey, it's a good thing. I want to thank you. If you have any questions about the Miracles membership program, let me know. Whether it is that you want to join, you're interested, you're not sure for whatever reason, just let me know. I'm here for you to walk you through that process. And I want to thank you. And again, if you need to download the file and you were not able to download it, just let me know, send me an email, and I will send it to you as soon as I can. And thank you so much. I send you so many hugs and kisses, and I'm gonna let my candle just burn until it's done tonight. So if you have any additional prayers or anything you want to manifest with the angels, go ahead and make that wish. You don't have to tell me what it is. You just make it. And my intention is that the candle will carry it out for you with the help of the angels and our spirit guides. So thank you so very much. Have a beautiful evening. I will put the recording up tomorrow sometime, and I'll send you all the link. And until the next time, I love you unconditionally. Namaste.